crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. Live from the north side of Chicago, Wrigley Field. Opening day baseball on the show. It's Montreal and the Chicago Cubs. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. All right, partner, ready to go. Always a pleasure to get things started with you on opening day.
Well, Happy New Year, buddy. And anyone that's involved in baseball, even though it's not January 1st, this is the start of a new year. Every team has playoff hopes. I love this time of the year. I'm excited to get things going.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Justin Steele. What do you have on him, Chris?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
All right, first pitch coming up. Tim Raines trying to pick up his first knock in the big leagues. And we're off and running in a brand new season. This one in the air, right field. And there's one away. Take a look at the lineup. And Siggy against the southpaw on the mound. The skipper's loaded this lineup with righty bats.
Certainly following the conventional wisdom here, Boog. That extra split second can make a big difference for a hitter. So these righty batters will need to take advantage and make this tactical move pay off.
Next to hit, Marcus Grissom. Looking for his first big league hit right here. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. That one carrying. And it's into the bleachers. Out of here. You want to talk about kicking off your major league career with a bang. His first big league hit leaves the yard. He'll remember this trip around the bases for the rest of his life. Wow.
He ought to. Usually guys are squeezing the bat so tight, trying to get that first hit out of the way. They can't get the ball out of the infield, Boog, but not him. Maybe a glimpse of what's to come from him in the next few years. Good job. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
One down. And here is Larry Walker.
Hey! Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Just underway here from Wrigley. That one in there across the letters.
I understand you want to try to gauge that guy's fastball, but you also have to be aggressive and ready to hit in your zone. Now you're in a tough spot.
Next one in the dirt. One out, bases empty, and a run in here on opening day. That's off the mark. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just missed. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Payoff pitch. That one blasted deep to right. That's got a chance. On the warning track and hauls it in.
That's a really nice job right there. Great awareness, making the catch up against the wall. You see the perfect technique, feeling for the wall with the bare hand while keeping his eyes on the baseball as it's coming down, his glove in a good position to make the catch. That's exactly how you do it.
Two down, nobody on. There's the strike. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Two down, base is empty, but one run across here in game one of this three-game set. Gets a piece and stays alive. This one in the air. Swanson settles under it. And that is that. But the Cubs do get one back on the solo blast. It's now a 1-0 ball game. Back here at Wrigley Field, and today's starting pitcher, Pedro Martinez. And as usual with him, Singy, I think we can expect plenty of strikeouts.
Yeah, Boogie's racked up over 3,000 strikeouts in his career, so expect to see more of the same in this one.
Ian Happ up to hit.
The leadoff hitter this afternoon, the left fielder, number 8, Ian Happ.
That's a ball. Hey!
Right through there for a strike. Got him swinging, and one gone.
Batting second, the first baseman, Michael.
Here's a look at the Cubs lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
The 0-1. That one fouled off. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first two hitters of this ball game. And somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
Now it's Alex Bregman. Swing and a pop-up. Rains. Drifts towards it. And the inning is over. Nothing across here this half. One inning in the books here. The Expos have the advantage. 1-0. We move ahead to the top of the second now. Leading off, Gary Carter.
Gary Carter.
In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
Out to short, Swanson. One out in the second.
Batting fifth, the first baseman, Andres Galarraga.
So up next, Andres Galarraga. This guy, one of the best contact men in the sport as well. Outstanding on the defensive end. And that one pulled foul. Way inside. Next offering is fouled back. That's off the inside corner.
Ball two.
And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. His first homer in the majors, and they're going to have to send somebody to get that ball for him.
Always such a special moment. You know this is one of the biggest thrills of his life. He's got to be floating around the bases right now.
Yeah, he'll remember every detail of that at bat for years, as he should. It's a true once-in-a-lifetime event.
Now, Boog, there's so many times when a young player might wonder if he's ever even going to get to the big leagues and do something like this. Well, he doesn't have to wonder anymore.
One down. Orlando Cabrera getting ready to hit. This one popped up. Bregman settles underneath it. 2 down.
Batting eighth, the third baseman, Tim Wallace.
2 down, base is empty. Here's the third baseman, Tim Wallace. And first offering is fouled off. Wallace getting to start at the hot corner in the 8th spot in today's lineup. And he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in Wisconsin. Late on that fastball. Up the middle. Oh, what a stop. From his knees, the throw. And they get the out.
Proof right there of why he's a Gold Glover. Flash that leather around and make everybody excited. Nice job to end the inning.
Opening day at Wrigley Field. Where else would you rather be, Singy? Cubs looking to build off their postseason run from a year ago. They knocked out the Padres before falling to the Brewers in the division series in 5.
Well, I don't have to tell you this, partner, but the Cubs ended a 5-year postseason drought by winning 92 games last season. Must be the TV announcers.
Ed Drummond behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Maybe one of the most respected umpires around the league.
He's not the kind of umpire that you're likely to notice back there. And that can be a huge compliment, really. So if you're just kind of quietly doing your job, staying consistent with your calls, hitters, pitchers, managers, even fans, they're all going to appreciate you. Ed Drummond, he's that kind of umpire.
Ripped to third and caught.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit. And that one hammered. And that one's gone into the bleachers. A solo shot. His first homer of the year, and they're on the scoreboard. It's 2-1.
Sitting first pitch fastball, and that's what he delivered. He guessed right, squared it up, and he made it look way too easy. Power versus power right there, like two locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? But a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working, powers that fastball out of here.
Here's Nico Horner. Top of the zone for a called strike.
Ball one.
This to third. Whips it across. 2 gone.
Batting 7, the catcher, Carson Kelly.
And now the batter is Carson Kelly. There's a strike.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Pop foul out of play off to the right. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here on opening day. On a line. That's a fair ball, and it's getting into the corner. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Batting 8,
Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
So runner at second, 2 down. And here comes Dansby Swanson. There's a strike. Runner at second, 2 down. Bottom half of inning number 2. That one finds the zone. No balls, 2 strikes. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Good job at damage control right there. Cubs get 1 on the solo shot, and it's now a 2-1 ball game. And now we'll see one of the top prospects in baseball step in the box for his major league debut. Lionel Shields. In the air, right field. Suzuki on the move. He's got it. 1 pitch and 1 out. Let's take a look at his pitch usage in this one, Siggy.
Well, he's known for that 4-seamer, Boog, and we've seen plenty of it from him today. You don't throw one pitch this much without having plenty of confidence in it. Not a whole lot of damage against him yet, and he may just keep this approach. And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
Just
Ball,
missed.
that's outside.
Fought off foul. That one lined into left field, and that's base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away. Tim Raines with his first major league hit, and this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen, and when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
So a man aboard at the plate, Marcus Grissom. He's already homered here in this one. Right through there for a strike. Next offering is fouled back.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get one out first. It's going to be tough to get two with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
The 0-2. Fastball is outside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Hammer, base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone.
Back-to-back singles, just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
And next is the designated hitter, Larry Walker. Flied to right his first time. Hey!
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
On the ground, Bush. There's one, can't hang on. And no shot to get him at first. There's 2 aboard.
For Montreal, the right fielder,
Vladimir Guerrero, the next to hit. He's 0 for 1.
Not sure if he was expecting for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
Runners on first and third, 2 away. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. And that one fouled off.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
That one is upstairs. And this is inside.
Ball 2.
That one outside.
Outside.
Full count now. Two on, 2 outs. In the air, fairly deep to right field. And that's the 3rd out. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. So up now for Chicago, Miguel Amaya.
Miguel Amaya.
First offering, and it just misses.
Hey!
Right through there for a strike. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Fouled off the plate, they'll do it again. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Pat, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Fouled off left side. Oh, and 2 now. Got him swinging for the strikeout. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But, you know, it happens.
So up next for Chicago, Michael Busch. Struck out swinging his first time. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Two down, nobody on. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
The heater is clearly giving him trouble early on in this one. I want to see him ready to swing against that pitch just a little more often.
Got him swinging for the K. And he strikes out the side in the 3rd. Cubs are down quietly. They're down 2-1. Welcome back. Here's a look at this team's early season projection. The leadoff batter as he looks at ball 1.
Well, these players doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
Grounds one to short. Swanson over to first. That's the first out in the top of the 4th.
Up next for Montreal,
and because they're getting a lot of base runners thanks to that patient approach, it means a lot of high-stress pitches on the mound. That adds up, and a lot of times it leads to even more location mistakes.
Galarraga in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. And that misses. And a count 2-1. That one missed.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
And that's ball 4.
Take your base.
Up next for Montreal, the shortstop, Orlando Cabrera.
So a man at first. Now here is Orlando Cabrera. 0 for 1 so far.
Ball 1.
That one misses. That's 5 straight. Man at first, one away. That's too low.
That's low.
And the count is 3-1. Next offering is fouled back. So a walk puts runners at first and second.
Up next for Montreal, the third baseman, Tim Wallace.
First and second, one out. Wallace will hit next. He's 0 for 1. And fouled off.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
strike 2.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Two on, one out. And that's
Ball, that's
outside.
out.
And the count is 1-2. Stays alive. Way high with that one. And the count's even at 2.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
Off the
That's
plate,
out.
ball 3.
That's a really good take.
Three-two now. Swings and misses, struck him out. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. 2 aboard, 2 outs. Next to hit, Lionel Shields. Flied to right his first time. Swing and a miss. The 0-1. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Movement in the Cubs bullpen. Shelby Miller getting ready to go. Harvey getting cranked up as well. Two on, 2 outs. Check swing didn't go. Now 1-2.
Oh, this guy's going to have to slow things down. There's no reason for him to even check swing on that pitch. Was never even close.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
A couple of strikeouts with runners on. Sometimes you got to really bear down, and he did just that. Nice job of getting out of the jam and out of the inning.
Ready to go, bottom 4. So up now for Chicago, Alex Bregman.
Alex Bregman.
Pitch is in there, and that's strike 1. Bounce to the left side. Wallace throws to first in time, and 1 gone in the 4th as they get the leadoff man. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Number 4, Pete Armstrong.
Digging in, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yeah.
And there's a foul ball. Upstairs.
Oh, that's upstairs.
Ball 1.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
There's a swing and a drive. Way back there. And it's just foul. Swings through it for the K. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Well, that's a blue zone right there, or the cold zone on the hitting chart. Just doesn't have much success in that part of the strike zone, and a really good job of the pitcher executing. Try to go there as often as you can. The numbers are in your favor.
So digging in, Seiya Suzuki.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
That's a strike across the top of the zone. Two down, nobody on. Line to right, and that'll be a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
The batter, number 2, second baseman.
So here's Horner now. First time up, he grounded to third. Here's 0-1. And that gets the inside corner for a strike.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
The 0-2. Got him looking for the K. That's his 8th strikeout of the game. 1 hit, 1 left. On to the top of the 5th we go. The Expos out front 2-1.
On top of the game, unstoppable. Hard work campaign, gotta power through. So when we step in the place, just move. Yeah, move. Take a step back for a minute.
Now,
We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Shelby Miller.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Montreal.
Tim Raines now at the plate. He's 1 for 2 so far in his debut.
First big league game, check. First hit, check. First multi-hit game, that would be nice. We'll see.
The 0-1. Miller, a former All-Star, 35 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2009. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Marcus Grissom getting ready to hit. He's already homered in this game. And first offering is fouled off. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Outside low. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Fights it off. He'll see another. And he grounds one to the right side. Horner over to first. And the first 2 set down in the top of the 5th.
Up next for Montreal, the designated hitter, Larry Walker.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the DH, Larry Walker. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport.
Hey!
He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. And that one just barely missed. The call is overturned. Still 2 challenges left for them. 2 down, nobody on. In the air, right field, Suzuki on his way over, and that is that. So they go quietly there. Last half of the 5th coming up. The Expos on top 2-1. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Now the Cubs catcher, Carson Kelly.
Kelly.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Swings through that one.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
Foul ball, still 0-2. Chases the changeup in the dirt. Gets him. One away on a drop third strike.
The batter, number 7. Shortstop, Dansby.
Dansby Swanson stands in. Struck out swinging his first time. And foul ball. Home team down a run here on opening day. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Here's the 0-2. Good eye in that
that's off
spot.
the plate.
The shortstop takes the ball. Cut on and miss, struck him out. And there are 2 down.
Now at 10 Ks with still a few innings left, so expect him to add on to that total. And pitchers are looking to have a strikeout per inning. I mean, that's excellent work. The way it looks now, I mean, he's going to have a better rate than that in this one. So really good stuff working on the mound in this one.
Amaya batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And that is that. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. And our score remains 2-1. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. Vladimir Guerrero digs in now.
The right fielder, Vladimir Guerrero.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
The 0-1. Ground ball left
That's a foul
side,
ball.
and it goes just foul. The 0-2. That one just misses. And a swing and a miss. And that's the first out.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Here's Here's the catcher, Gary Carter. He's grounded out a couple of times.
Yeah.
You'll one. And that one fouled off. Popped up. And that'll fall for a base hit. And they have their first hit since the third inning.
Up next for Montreal.
Stepping in the long ball threat, Andres Galarraga. Year in and year out, this guy an MVP candidate. This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add on. It's 4-1.
First pitch swinging, and he got the fastball. He knew exactly what to do with it, too.
Singy, he's been the main character in this one. A multi-homer performance in his debut. Certainly a rare accomplishment, but one that comes to mind. Trevor Story back in 2016 for the Rockies.
Oh, yeah, it's been quite the day for him, Boog. He's making a huge impression here, just like Trevor Story did. So hopefully this is a great sign of what's to come for him.
Cabrera stands in now and watches strike one. Two runs across in the inning here on opening day. Just off the inside edge.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
The 2-1. Swanson to first, and there are two outs.
Up next for the Expos, the third baseman, Tim Wallace.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Shelby Miller done for the afternoon. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for
Hunter Harvey into the game, getting ready to make his season debut.
Harvey.
And the batter now, Tim Wallace. It's amazing we get a chance to talk to a lot of opposing managers. This guy scares managers on the other team as much as anyone.
And he gets to fly beneath the radar with the other more recognizable names in this lineup.
Bases empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in, and we're in the top half of the 6th.
Outside, that's a ball.
Two down, nobody on. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the 3rd out. Cubs had 2 on this homer. It's now 4-1. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Ian Happ.
Number 8, Ian Happ.
Sliced hard but foul.
You know, these Cubs just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Fouled off. He was late. The 0-2. swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, he made pretty quick work of him right there. You look at the sequence, everything down at the knees and below. And some guys are good low ball hitters, but right there, they clearly had a plan to pound that part of the zone, and he wasn't able to put up much of a fight.
So up next for Chicago, Michael Busch.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Aye!
The Cubs trailing by 3 here in the bottom of the 6th.
Ball.
And a 1-1. Jackknifes out of the way.
There's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
So the call stands. One challenge remaining for them now. Gets under it and pops it up. Shields takes it in for the out. 2 down.
Up next for the Cubs, third baseman number 3.
And now it's Alex Bregman.
Bregman.
Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
When a guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day. And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and
that ball
stay
went
there.
out.
Just off the outside corner. Ball 1. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him. And the Cubs are down in order. And they trail it 4-1. We go to the top of the 7th. Here's the second baseman, Lionel Shields.
Lionel Shields.
And first offering is fouled off. This one in the air. Bregman moving under it. And there's one away.
Up next for the Expos, the left fielder, number 30.
So back to the top of the order. Here's the left fielder, Tim Raines. He's 1 for 3, picked up his first major league hit earlier.
Well, there's no time for him to be reflective right now, but you know he will be later on. The pressure's off a little bit with that first knock out of the way, though.
The Cubs bullpen with some action. Hobie Milner, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Webb getting loose as well. And a foul ball. The 1-1. This one in the air, center field. Crow Armstrong on the move. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Expos, the center fielder, number 9.
Now the number 2 hitter, Marcus Grissom. And it was a homer back in the first inning that got his day started at the plate.
Yeah, Boog, a 2-run blast, and that swing will give him confidence the rest of the way.
In the air to left center. And that is that. So they make short work of them there. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. The Expos with the lead 4-1. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game zone.
The center fielder, number 4, Pete Armstrong.
Armstrong in the
That's
box
inside.
for the 3rd time today as he takes that one off the plate.
So impressive how the velo is still there even this deep into the outing.
The 1-2. And a good
Oh,
eye
that's
there.
too high.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to lay off.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. That one
Ball
misses. Full count now. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Now it's the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki.
Hey! Ball.
And there's a strike.
2.
Got him. Outside pitch got the better of him that time.
Clearly trusting his stuff in this one, Boo. Feeling really good about what he's working with, and that really allows a guy to attack hitters. You know, such an important mindset to have out there on the mound, especially when you're ahead in the count with 2 strikes.
Nico Horner will come up to hit.